He wasn't smacking your ass.
Nice. Thanks. I don't know. I've been sitting down a lot in quarantine. The quality may be going down.
I made the mistake of setting up my desk right next to the treadmill, so now it stares at me and makes me feel pain in my soul.
That's great.
So my main plan is to lose weight during this nonsense.
I've been taking the dog for long ass walks every day, and it's been great. Until people you get one old person on the walk who's like, "I'll just go this close to you," and I'm like, "Get the fuck away from me." Do you see me holding my dog so close that he's practically a part of me and walking on the extreme margins of the curb almost in traffic to get away from you?
Oh my god.
I'm just going to start coughing at those people.
Do it.
They'll probably shoot me at that point.
They'll call community services on you. Okay. Hold on.
That was just a normal cough, just a throat clear.
Normal cough.
Yeah. We smoke pot sometimes in the break. We're not sick.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Please Won't You Shut Up, a Star Trek Picard podcast. I'm your girlfriend who lives in Canada, Mikki Lexa.
I'm your boyfriend who won't visit you in the hospital because he's not currently allowed, Blake Hunsley.
And I'm Brent Robertson.
You sure are.
This is a spoiler-free podcast because we haven't seen the next episode.
Yay, we can't fuck it up. Not that way, anyway.
Yay!
We'll find out there is.
Impossible. I don't. This episode is Et in Arcadia Ego, a.k.a. And in Arcadia I, which is a reference to a famous painting and concept from ancient Greece, once again, about a utopian society, and namely the painting is a tomb in a utopian society, referencing the fact that if death can get into paradise, it's not fucking paradise!
Yeah.
I thought it was just a reference to Joan of Arcadia. I stand corrected.
I am so not dignifying that.
You looked genuinely taken aback.
I believe the term is aghast.
I did not study classics for 4 years!
I didn't study Amber Tamblin's career for 20 minutes on IMDb to have you slag her off.
Nobody did.
It's true, no one's ever done that.
To be fair, I didn't study classics for 4 years.
Mary Steenburgen was in that. Oh, it did pay off.
What?
Joan of Arcadia. Wait, I think? That seems below her.
It didn't pay off.
It definitely seems beneath
that
her.
seems very below her. This wonderful episode, we actually get some stuff happening, some very interesting stuff, because as much as I liked the previous episode for its exposition, not much happened.
No,
it was kind of a...
That's why I don't feel so bad about forgetting a lot of it during the recap episode, because it was a lot of table dressing.
No, the coolest thing happened.
What was that? Oh, the
spatial evil orchids.
No, we're talking about last episode.
That's this episode.
This episode, all kinds of cool shit happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a great episode. The last one, though not bad, is
serious
just...
criticisms about this episode. Spoiler alert. Yes, serious criticisms about this episode. But it was still amazing.
So we'll get to that disappointment and possible fight.
Yes, exactly.
So Picard and co. Fly via transwarp conduit, which appears out of convenience. Isn't it lovely that one of these goes exactly where they want to?
If your planet, as established by the late and very sadly mourned Icheb, if your planet is near the aperture of a transwarp whatever thing, then you're fucked. The Borg are going to come along and drive by assimilate you every 10 years. This has been established.
Wouldn't they be just kind of using that?
Yeah.
Clearly,
it's
they were in
corner. It's
Why
like
would
a hidden corner on a weird street.
Well, I love that
but
we
the
have a
streets...
bunch of advanced technology. Where should we put it? Right next to the Borg equivalent of a mouse hole.
I think they stumbled upon it.
That's like storing your cheese immediately next to a visible mouse hole. That is a bad idea.
Because seriously, at the very least, the Borg built the conduit there. They have been there before.
The Borg don't even have, like, indistinguishably biological and technologically merged synthetics, for Christ's sakes. Like, these synthetics might even blow the mind of the Borg a little bit.
Well, no, fuck all of that. What about the thing that we see later in this episode, the golem? The perfect melding of living and machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get to that.
I have so many criticisms about this episode.
So they arrive at Coppelius, and immediately get shot at and tricked by Narek, who finally appears and does a thing and then immediately falls off the scope.
Why anybody trusted him for a hot second? Picard is an idiot, number one. He turned around.
Honestly.
Yeah,
no,
that's pretty bad.
He's like, oh, yeah, like, that is the first trick they teach you in
Well, especially because
Romulus.
Soji's going, hey, classic ploy, and he's like, no.
Yeah, like, you're dealing with someone that you know is not only a Tal Shiar agent, but a Zhat Vash. Like, the Zhat Vash. So it's like, come on, this is like super Gestapo Nazi. Why would you trust anything?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah.
Stupid. However, none of it matters because
I'm sorry. There's a lot of those moments in this episode where you're like, really?
No, there are.
This was the first episode I had legitimate grievances with the writing of this. Like, I hadn't in any of the other ones. I had one small flaw last time.
It is part one, though.
We'll get to them as they come.
No, but like it's a part one. There may be a reason for the jilted writing.
It's just. I'll get to them and we'll dig in a little deeper about how it's just shit that you're like, really? Like that? No. There was some head scratching and some genuine, like, some face convulsing as I made very angry expressions of the television.
Face convulsing. Oh my.
And there was still enough good stuff for me to be happy with this episode in the end.
No, it's true. Like, I very much enjoyed it, but I do recognize it. It has issues.
Mm-hmm.
But none of that matters for the moment because out of the transwarp hub, like a cow being birthed by a mouse, launches a fucking Borb cube that suddenly takes up all of the screen, all of the view. Did you ever watch the Futurama movies?
No, I didn't know such a thing existed.
Yes, the one with the tentacle thing and...
Yes, exactly. So I believe at the beginning of that one, or at some point during these movies, they escape a black... Oh, no, at the end of these movies, right as they go into Cartoon Network broadcasting. So they were TV series. They got canceled. They were movies. At the end of these movies, there's a moment just like that where they get chased through a wormhole and something much larger comes through in the exact same way. And then that transitions into the second television series on a different network. However, the shot is the same. You have the heroes who just escaped, and then this enormous thing that's super, super, super massive suddenly appears through a black hole behind them. And I couldn't help but laugh while watching this because it was so reminiscent. And the thing that is missing from this episode of Picard that was included in the original Futurama, in that moment where the ship appears and it crashes into the planet, is Zap Brannigan yodeling. Because he is doing his victory yodel as he crashes the flying Nimbus into the ground, and all I want to hear was Jerry Ryan going "You
realize you
as
have
it
to
smashes.
You have to put yodeling. You have to put Brannigan's yodeling over that clip now.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yes, we are cutting to that. All right now. Wasn't that lovely?
That presumably was amazing.
That was presumably amazing. But suddenly, space flowers.
Oh,
space
cool.
flowers.
Nope, loved it.
Like very cool. But like you're going along, you're expecting at least a dozen Star Trek-y things, and then suddenly space flowers are deployed, and shit gets fucked.
Tech, and instead,
amazing.
You get tech, but
You
it's
get
a giant
Keiko's
fucking
defense
car.
system.
Yeah, that was pretty
The
great.
Keiko defense system.
I
like
loved
that.
it. But they look like giant orchids. What are they? We just call them orchids. Like, yes, thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. That's perfect.
Yeah.
It's a great
That makes
answer.
sense. Thank you very much. Does that mean maybe her father was also working on the weapons design system?
Presumably.
I would 100% think so.
Seeing the
Just,
Borg cube
Fun.
slam into the atmosphere,
Oh
just
my god!
plow a
Okay,
massive
so,
chunk of atmosphere out of the way was one of the coolest fucking things I've ever seen.
right? I loved the weight it had, the
Yeah.
force it had, that
Yeah.
that initial puff of atmosphere just being atomized and being driven.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god! I paused it.
You know what?
What?
Oh! I just thought of my make it so. I'm gonna have to remember it. Okay. If not, remind me that it was that scene that that inspired it.
Will do.
Yes. Okay. The Borg crash.
So,
yes.
have you guys on YouTube ever watched Because Science?
No.
Okay, it's this amazing channel where this guy just explains like the intricate science of stuff, like how dense would Thor's hammer be, and like shit like that, like if the
Yeah, I
golden
getcha.
gun from the GoldenEye video game, etc., etc. Except he looks like Thor. He actually looks like Thor, and he's a math nerd. It's glorious.
Check it out.
Anyway, I like my Thor's dumb traditionally, but I'll take it.
The second I saw that Borg cube hit the atmosphere, I paused the episode and I sent him a message asking him to do an episode on what the fuck would happen if a Borg cube hit an atmosphere and then slammed into the ground. I immediately was filled with so many questions of like, that thing is so flat and broad and moving at such an intense speed, but
It's
so
fucking
massive.
big.
What the fuck happens when that thing hits the ground?
I know.
What happens as it plows through the atmosphere?
I know.
I need answers, and I was not happy with the three little smoke things in the distance. And it's like, no, excuse me, a hemisphere would have been destroyed.
No,
Just
it made sense.
fucking
because-
annihilated.
It made sense because the corners of it all had orchids on them, slowing it down as it went into the atmosphere.
Slowing it down.
Yes.
Slowing it down.
Slowing it
A
down.
Borg cube is the size of New York. Hitting a planet at any speed beyond walking is going
Are
to
you-
fuck shit up.
Are you telling me that when presented with giant planetary defense space orchids, you take issue with their abilities when it comes to speed reduction? That's your only concern you have with the plausibility
I take
of
issue
giant
with the
orbitally
fact-
defensive space orchids.
I know. I have no problem with the defensive capabilities of space orchids. In fact, in the episode, they say very clearly that they don't think they were ever designed to handle a Borg cube. Aha!
Not one, but there were four. And
It's
they
a
didn't slow it all the way
cube.
down. It still hit pretty hard. It still cracked it in two.
Exactly. So
So maybe that's
yeah,
where the pyramids
it
came from.
cracked. The pyramids.
Just a Borg cube hitting at the right angle.
Okay, you'd have to have a pretty flawed fucking planetary defense system to design it so that it pulls something down into your atmosphere big enough to destroy your civilization without slowing it down enough to mitigate that. I like to think that the people who are smart enough to come up with all these synthetics would have thought of that.
And excuse me, did you just go full on Stargate on my ass in my Star Trek podcast?
I think I can't see how I would have it if it was. It's inadvertent.
No, not you. Not you. The one sitting next to you.
Oh, what did you do? Did I miss it?
No?
The pyramids.
Oh.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, the cube going into the ground at that force, I think, would
that
break
would've been-
into a pyramid.
Oh, that would have been fun. That would have been great if it had like gone in at an angle and just like plonked in halfway so that it's a pyramid. And then it's like 2,000 years later and it cuts to it, it's all covered with sand and you just have like Giza. That's amazing. That's great.
Too fun.
And that's
Anyway,
more
everyone
Stargate
survives.
than Babylon.
But this is actually not one of the issues I have with the writing in this episode, so that should tell you that I have other angrier issues coming up, because that I was fine with. It's like, no, crack that Borg cube in 3 and that's fine.
Well, and you also got Tomb Raider 7, where she's just like, all right, let's fucking get this shit together.
Now we're getting to where I get
Oh yeah. Plus, did you hear the little sting of the Voyager theme? That was just like, okay. Wow, you're really letting this go on for like half a minute.
I missed that somehow. I shouldn't roll my eyes at it too hard. It could be much worse. It could be a long road, getting from there to here.
No, it was a very short road. It was a
transconduit,
whatever the fuck.
Scott Bakula better not touch this project. Scott Bakula better not come within at least 6 meters.
No, he's going to quantum leap into Seven's body. He should be
self-quarantined from Picard.
Ooh, I like the idea there. And then every now and then we'll just alternate shots between Jerry Ryan and Scott Bakula dressed like Jerry Ryan.
Yeah, like just with the little eye patch thing, the hand.
I used to love those episodes of Quantum Leap. I wonder why. Anyway, where would it? Okay, yeah. So everyone survived this plummet to the planet somehow. Everyone
to the planet.
Even the XPs.
Plummet to the planet.
To the planet.
What is that? It's
planet.
not a band name, but it's something. Oh yeah, we gotta use that.
I think.
I don't know, but you're falling
it's
for
like.
At least I'm falling for something around here.
Hey now. So they wander off and find the settlement on this planet in typical Star Trek logic of the settlement.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? It's in the direction you walk towards.
Which this is kind of going back to what you were saying, Blake. It's the first like big trek around with everybody all together.
Oh, and how long did it last?
A second.
Yeah.
A second.
Oh my God, Seven and Elnor, you're here and you survived. This is amazing. Well, anyway, seems like we're always literally quoting. Seems like we're always saying goodbye. See you later.
Although I do love Elnor's, but now it matters because you're dying, and it's like, thank God you exist.
Yeah, I love him. I thought I was gonna hate him, and I love him so much. And we have gotten too little of him, and now he's.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll swoop in and save the day with Seven in dramatic fashion here soon, or they just really are doing a spin-off setup. But Jesus fucking Christ, you get everyone together, a big old reunion. Oh my God, you're all alive. This is great. Jerry Ryan, you're still kicking ass.
She's got some
full bodies over things. And then
they also are officially now calling this season 1. So
calling it what?
Season 1.
Oh yeah.
Beforehand they were kind of coy about it.
Yeah.
They were like, well, maybe it's like Watchmen. This is just it. But no, we're gonna get more. And if there's more Elnor.
I get that, but like let them all have some time together. Let them all play together
God,
at the
yes.
playground. None of us can,
Absolutely.
but let them. Yeah.
And what a playground they reach, where it is filled with twins. Twins! All
couple
created
triples.
by...
There's
what?
a couple triplets.
Were the triplets?
There's a couple triplets.
Yeah.
I think there were like a few. I don't know. Maybe.
That or like they were walking by real quick and like cutting it to scenes of another person looking at pretty close to the same.
Yeah. I like
also,
to think that they pitched this part of the episode to Patrick Stewart by going, okay, we found you a super swank room overlooking the Pacific on a beautiful property in California, and we're going to have a lot of athletic-looking twins running around. You down? And he was like, I suppose I could do that.
Do I get to paint them?
I've seen everything. It was too late. But the town of the twins, created by Bruce Maddox and Alton Inigo Soong. Yay, more Brent Spiner, thankfully out of makeup.
Have we heard of Alton Soong before?
We have not, but we have heard of his mother. We've met his mother, and of course we know Dr. Noonien Soong.
We met his mother, who I believe was her impronounceable name is like Fiona Flanagan or something like that.
Yeah, no, it's a mess.
Yeah, that's the actress anyway.
So, though he's never been mentioned before in canon, there is like a space he could fit in, and it would make sense.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a soft retcon. It's not bad. But what I especially liked, and it clicked to me with this episode, was the idea that they've always made androids in twins, Data and Lore. That's why there were twins. That's why there were two of them.
Well, that's why Data's daughter didn't survive.
Well, exactly, and that's why maybe B4 was broken beyond all repair.
I hadn't even considered that. That is interesting.
Yeah, well, like, you have to reconcile it with the fact that there's only one B4. And the way to do that is like, okay, well, he's busted ass.
Yeah, that's
maybe
why
he's
so
busted ass because, yeah. So, no, that was really cool moment of like, ooh, that wasn't intended, but you did it. Very
and
nice.
also with the orchids being a portion of it as well. Though that's very interesting because you clone and twin and kind of orchids are usually made in multiples. So there's like a strain of one, you can easily make more.
Okay. No, I see where you're going there. For a moment there, I wasn't sure where this plot was ending. Have we lost Blake?
No, we're letting the dogs back in. For some reason.
Because I could hear whine, and if I can hear it, it's going to come across on the mic, and someone's going to leave an angry comment.
No, it's because we are getting near the end, so we have to chance fate.
Don't say things like that in this current climate.
Okay,
Where did we leave off when I was out of the room? What's happening?
We were just mumbling for the
Are any robots being walking, talking stereotypes yet? Do I have to get angry?
Not yet. We're about to get there. Okay. I'll just lead into it, and we'll
very
we'll
soon.
Oh no, there's something much stupider happens first.
Oh yes. Okay. So they enter the lovely village. They meet everyone. They meet Soong, and they meet some nameless shit. Oh, hold on. And they meet Arcadia, a twin of another more or less uninteresting android who stays in the background. And Arcadia becomes interesting because she is walking pathos.
We can hear you. We just need further explanation.
Oh, okay. So pathos is the concept that if you say you have 100 armed henchmen and you kill 100 armed henchmen, you don't care, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say I tell you that the second henchman on the right is named Steve. He has a cat. Okay. Steve's cat has cat diabetes, and Steve has to get home before 4 o'clock every day to make sure that the cat doesn't die.
Okay.
I just killed Steve.
Okay.
That's pathos.
I might understand better, but I'm a human monster, so I don't have any empathy for Steve.
Right about
which synth are you talking about here?
So I'm talking about the one that comes the one who later has the eye job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because she comes forward and she's like, I'm stupid and naive. Hello, who are you?
Yeah, I didn't pay that much attention to her, I admit. I was busy being annoyed by other robots.
Okay. Because we do get other robots who are quite annoying. Ones that look much closer to Data. And one of them is Sutra.
That was really cool. I enjoyed that there's that clearly effect. Generation 1, Generation 2 kind of androids here.
It looked very cool. I did like that the whole throwback of like the uncomfortable layers of makeup.
And the gold skin instead of they've upgraded from silver now. That was a nice touch too.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah. I should give Brent Spiner some credit too. It was really the way that was written was really well done, but the clear enjoyment on his face and Patrick Stewart's of acting that scene out was really fun.
Oh yeah.
I love
without the makeup is really interesting to see Brent go to Patrick Stewart and just be like, oh.
Well, and Patrick Stewart can sell that he's having a moment overseeing Brent Spiner's face for the first time, and that's impressive.
Right? And I, frankly, like, I love him as Data, obviously, but I really enjoy when he plays a Soong, when he gets to actually express.
Mm-hmm.
And every Soong is different from the other Soongs. You know, Noonien was kind of like this weird introvert. Alton he's Professor X, who then goes evil. And then we have back in Enterprise their, like, ancestor who's building fucking, like, superhumans.
Oh, God, I forgot all about the Augments.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, the
I am
Augment
very
story.
unhappy with that character being evil. Brent Spiner's character being evil.
Okay.
He probably enjoyed playing.
Why?
I
Tell
don't know.
me.
It just bugs me. Like, we finally get to see, like, after an entire season that's all about fucking Data, really, and how awesome Data was, and what a good person and the paragon of humanity that Data managed to be despite being a robot. And then we get a humanoid Data, which I understand the whole thing is like, oh yeah, and the human version is, of course, actually evil. Fine. But I didn't want to see Brent Spiner play that. It was so nice to see him on screen and having moments with Patrick Stewart, and then to have him just be, like, boring, lazily evil really quick, like in the I'll just go along with it and I'm gonna be a robot soon anyway kind of way. Like, fine. But there were stupider things afoot.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna fight you back on this.
Alright.
It's a part 1 of a part 2. Like
Yeah,
there's
that's
2
fine.
shoes. They've given you one. And they're gonna let the
Considering
other one
how
drop.
good the writing has been, like really excitingly good the writing has been all season. I don't know. I didn't buy a lot of things in this episode. A lot of characters seem to be doing exactly what you might expect them to do if they were written by someone less talented.
Yeah.
That's fair. And I think they're kind of rushing them into place for a conclusion.
Yeah, the next episode's probably going to pay off in spades, but we
I
still
certainly
haven't
hope
managed
so.
to get to robots who can do mind melds yet, so I'm getting really frustrated.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, we meet Sutra, who is, like, point or version 1 of Daj and Soji. So she has the old flashing eyes, the old skin, and she's the twin of the android that Captain Vandermeer shot, and
Jana?
that Rios then... Yeah,
Jana,
exactly,
is that-
Jana.
Just shut the door. Sorry, we're having a lot of dog-related technical troubles this evening.
Dog-related problems, man. But yeah, so in walks this lady, and Rios has another little freak out because, hey, wait a minute, I had to toss her body into space.
Did he mention that she
and
was
it-
gold and clearly a robot when he met her last time? It sounded like he was like, and they
no.
turned out to be synths. It's like, yeah, they
Yeah,
super
no, like-
obviously were, dude.
Right? Like, if they look like this, come on.
Yeah. Like, can you believe it? They were, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 1000%
I'm pretty
can.
sure. Right? So Sutra, while talking to Girardi, kind of deduces that, hey, maybe that whole admonition wasn't meant for like biological minds. Maybe it was meant for synthetic minds, and you people have been misunderstanding it.
Which
And there's this
is
moment
such
of,
a
like...
hilarious thing. Because the Romulans have been putting themselves through all that fuckery.
Yeah.
Basically trying to, like, tune into, like, scrambled porn on cable back in the day. Like, it's... They don't have what they need. They're not going to get it. It's not going to have any payoff. It's just going to be frustrating, and then eventually you're going to hit yourself in the head with a rock.
Right?
Yeah.
And I feel like at this
For nothing.
exact moment, old Trek would have had that message be something positive.
Mm-hmm.
And then some interesting things happen. So first of all, how do we get the message, Brent or Blake or someone who's upset? I know
I'm
that
the
you're
one
upset
that's
now.
clearly disgusted by this, so I'll feel it that
No,
way.
my video is over your face, so I can't see.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sutra's amazing. She's obsessed with Vulcans. She's a Vulcanophile, and wouldn't you know it, for a robot, she's fucking taught herself to mind meld.
Yeah.
Just no across the board. It doesn't make a lick of sense. It's lazy as fuck. I'm not here for
Like-
it. That was the only moment this entire season that I was just like, I cannot with you. I disapprove thoroughly. This actually makes me almost... No, I won't compare it to Relativity because that entire episode, every word is written to evoke that expression from me. But, like, this one throwaway plot device, no, you can't. That's just stupid.
I absolutely agree. I always thought, or, like, had read or been taught, whatever, that Vulcans were, like, subtly psychic, and that's what they're doing.
Yes, it's like part of their brain. It's like, that's the thing. It's been explained many times on screen that it's like, you know, a physiological thing about the Vulcan brain that lets them do this. You can't learn it. Everyone would be out there. For fuck's sakes, every nosy human would be out there studying it. Every couples therapy would just be like two humans learning to mind meld so they can understand each other better.
My thoughts to your thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, I feel what you feel. Like, no. So dumb.
That, or she should have been. She should have said like 0 1 0 1 1 0.
And it was funny because they were clearly alluding to it. They were like kind of walking their way towards it, and I'm like, they're like, well, one of you has seen it. I'm like, but the only way she could share that is,
oh no,
that's awful. You couldn't have like quietly escorted her to a broom closet and like mind raped her with technology. You did it to Deanna Troi for 45 minutes. Like instead,
the crazy lady, the crazy lady, the Romulan who was at the admonition is on the planet. She's got to be on the planet because she didn't get taken away from the cube.
Oh
no, she's with the. No, she's with the fleet. That's why the fleet's
Narissa
there.
took her.
Yeah, because a fleet of 218 Romulan warbirds arrived.
Which is awesome. Oh. Which is
fucking hell.
So awesome. Romulans are never cool unless they're, like, you know, helping at your vineyard and are just awesome. Or they're unmasked. Like, that was great. It's like, oh, you actually are a threat.
I really like this new version of Star Trek, this new era of Star Trek's idea that, like, hey, how about, you know how in the past you'd have maybe 1 or 2 ships, and then, you know, during the Dominion Wars you'd have maybe like a dozen ships. Mm-hmm. Let's have like hundreds of ships.
Yeah. Dominion War near
a
the
cloud
end
of ships.
did pretty well for that. We glossed over the cool space battle at the start of this episode too. That was very like fast paced and maneuvery and weird. It was great.
It was more just like pointless because like you don't see what's his name crash, Narek. You don't see him crash until like the androids suddenly are like, oh hey, we've got this guy, we found him. Mm-hmm. And he's all
but I
begging
mean
for
just
his
their
life.
initial like phaser disruptor battle just between the two of them, or they're just hip hopping all around the place and everything. That I thought was fun.
That it was certainly exciting, but it's just like it kind of led nowhere, and then the cube arrived, and it's like, okay, yeah, I want to see that continue with the cube, and like, how do you escape a Borg cube? But they immediately went into the orchids.
Mm-hmm. Which again, not disappointed in the orchids. They were neat.
No. They were cool, and kind of a throwback to old Star Trek
because of the size of the cube.
What's that?
Yes,
I like that they.
I got that feeling as well.
They're just like, oh fuck, what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they had the entire space battle and nothing happened, and then the cube arrives and the systems go, oh. Oh shit.
Yeah. Wait, let's not focus on anything else because we can't.
Throw some flowers at it, quick.
So yeah, as we mentioned, Narek gets taken prisoner, and he gets locked up in a hallway, I guess, because they say they've never had a prisoner, so of course they don't have.
Yeah,
like,
so
a
they've
cell.
got like a hallway, they've got like a window shopping prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a force field already at the ready, which was strange if they don't have a prison, but fine.
It might rain on their planet.
Force fields to keep the rain out?
Yeah.
That's perfect. That seems like overkill in a world where glass exists, but okay.
Right? And for some reason, Arcana is allowed to be the prison guard, and of course she's naive in all things, because she's never left this little village made of artificial people. And she gets her eye torn out, which kills her.
Yeah,
reasons.
that was weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't into that. You know what else I wasn't into? Narek. I don't understand Narek. I don't understand what the character's trying to do. He's so muddled in the way he talks to Daj now. Like, at 1 second he's playing it like he's actually conflicted in his feelings and actually does care for her, and then he's a complete psychopath, and then he's somewhere in between, and you're not sure if he's playing that confusion to her or if he's legit confused. I don't care at this point. I'm like, figure yourself out, bud. You tried to kill her. That should pretty much clarify things for you.
Yeah, agreed. They've overwritten him and possibly neglected to include some scenes that would explain stuff. Like if he's essentially schizophrenic because of the admonition, okay, maybe say that. If he is actually trying, then maybe he shouldn't kill a synth. If he is actually evil, then why the fuck is he still trying to pretend?
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't think he killed her.
Oh, do you think that Sutra killed her?
I do.
That's probably a good idea. I think that traditionally, whenever that has happened, that twist has happened, Star Trek was a little more heavy-handed about it in the shows. And so it just doesn't feel like that same heavy-handedness. Therefore, it's like, but did she?
But they're
even
doing
though I
the
think you're probably right.
In the shitty writing of some of the other characters, they may be doing that to put a shiny thing over here to distract you, so you don't notice this thing.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not a bad way of looking at it. I like that.
Sutra is the worst, by the way.
Yeah, did not enjoy.
Yes.
Shiny gold, cocky Barbie, who's just super dull, and of course is a cliched evil robot who decides to strike first against humans because all organics always want to kill humans first. Where did that suddenly come from? Why are we in another episode of Battlestar Galactica? Why does it have to be this?
Right? And, like, you were raised by a human. You were created by a human. He's right there.
Yeah.
He's never hurt you once.
Yeah, and then he's on board with it all immediately, too. And I'm like, this is underserving Brent Spiner and insulting the intelligence and wasting the time of the rest of us.
That's fine, but also if you're a human being around there, standing around a bunch of synthetic people, and they are like, oh, we're just going to wipe all of you out, and you have some sort of pull with them, are you going to say no?
Hopefully.
No. You would die instantly.
I mean, that's a moral choice, Brent. That's the point.
We don't have time to get into the trolley problem here. Let's stick with the episode, for Christ's sakes. You know what? The more I think about it, the more I dislike this episode. I think I actually just straight up dislike this episode. There were some really cool things, really cool ideas, and some amazing effects. Aside from that, no, I'm very disappointed with this episode. I'm bored with the synthetics. I don't enjoy their choices. They're behaving exactly as you would expect them in any science fiction to do. Any not that originally written science fiction, I should say. I'm not into it. And she's boring, Sutra. She really is just... She's so one-dimensional. Not having it.
But so was Data in a lot of his aspects.
No, Data was lovely.
No, he was a beautiful dimension of
but
one.
No, she's just...
He was very one-dimensional.
No, she walks around acting like she's the synth that's going to turn evil and lead everyone to kill all the humans, and then she does exactly that.
Yeah?
Yeah, she is kind of frustratingly. Also, the way that they introduce her with like, secrets, secrets, secrets.
And then Soji's just like, oh, I'm sitting here with big eyes looking conflicted repeatedly. It's like, hey, they're going to kill a ton of people, possibly everyone. All the humans.
Yeah.
I have
possibly
big eyes
everyone
and I don't know
except
what to
those
do.
in this room.
What is wrong with you? You thought you were human
of course,
until about 45 minutes ago, and now you're ready to slaughter all the humans.
Right? It's just...
There's not enough of a redemption arc left for her for me to respect that character after that. Like, if she turns around and saves the day for everyone in the next episode, it'll be like, well, great, now we're almost even. You started it.
Maybe it's a really good...
But you have forgotten about Girardi killing another human. Like,
Oh,
at this point-
and so did they.
No, I'm
so
annoyed
did
with
they.
that too.
no, like
I'm annoyed with how that's handled too. It's all of a sudden maybe she was crazy. Maybe she was mentally deranged because of the admonition. Maybe it's not her fault. It's like she's okay, I guess.
I did
No
kind of like the
responsibility for her
Girardi
actions.
line. Right, I did kind of like the Girardi line acknowledging that, where she's just like, so am I not
Yeah.
under arrest?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, seriously, can someone please answer that? What are we doing here?
I'm pretty disappointed. This has been such a great season, and now all of a sudden I'm like, It reminds me of that drawing of the horse that everyone threw around on the internet for the Game of Thrones, where it's super detailed, like fine oil painting rump of a horse for the first few seasons, and then it's just a stick figure drawing at the end.
Yeah.
I really hope that's not what's coming down. If the next episode is a shambles, I'm going to be really sad.
Well, I think Brent has it right. I think the second episode will prop up the first, and it'll make sense. But it would have been nice to have like an Infinity War to go into an Endgame, something that you're like, nah, that was great on its own.
Yeah. Soji's supposed to be so sympathetic, and I just don't see it now.
Soji and Raffi though have had a
naive.
couple of really beautiful moments.
They have, and now Soji is down with killing everybody.
Yeah.
She did not.
And most of the crew haven't had lines since that revelation, so.
Yeah. She's going to have to, like, donate a lot to charity in the next episode to make me feel like she has a redemption arc at all.
She is made of Bitcoin.
She's a little bit Bitcoin.
Just a little
Bitcoin.
Yeah, this episode sucked.
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm not having it.
Okay. Not having it. Final verdict. Not having it.
Not having it. No, I'm really let down. It's been so good this season.
Well, if you are let down, then clearly you also have something that you'd like to see. What is something you would like to make it so?
Oh, yeah, it's totally unrelated and, like, absolutely offers no solutions of how they could win my respect in the next episode. I'm not that helpful. No, I want to see the Borg cube from the perspective of someone standing on the fucking surface as that happens. On the surface of the planet.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
Yes.
Can you imagine? Look up and then kablam. That just...
Gimme.
Yes. Yeah, I want that. That's what I want.
Gimme.
Yeah, that won't satisfy me over some writing problems, but it'll still make me really happy.
I kind of like the idea of one of the synthetics seeing it and like have it be a really young, naive one who's just like, a geometric shape has fallen out of the sky.
Oh, yeah, actually,
is this
no.
normal?
I take it back. I do have a serious one. For my Make It So, what I would like to see is for a goodly number of synths to step up right at the start of the next episode and be like, hey, we're not all a bunch of drones. She's not the Borg Queen. We super disagree with this plan. We're going to rescue Picard and all the humans here. And then, Soji, you don't get a redemption arc. You made your choice. You made your bed with bad Soji Barbie over here to kill everybody and destroy a bunch of, organic life. No, fuck you. You get switched off.
I don't think they've invested too much time into Soji.
I know, but that's what I would like. That's what I would enjoy.
They won't.
Fine.
I'm sorry.
But it's my...
So what's yours then?
That's what I want.
Make It So.
You don't have a one-upping solution that
No,
would
I
fix
don't.
things for
Give
me
me a
that doesn't
second.
involve that right at the ready?
Oh.
I'm glad there's no actual video on this podcast.
Yeah. No, I think my Make It So would probably be... I want Girardi to redeem herself by not allowing Soong to transfer himself. Because I think once that is going to be like a critical line of Soong becoming an android, would be at that point him cheating death, like the person in the TNG series that was Data's
Are they
grandfather.
setting up Brent Spiner to be the big bad for next season?
Could be.
Because that would be fun. As much as I said I didn't want him to be evil, if they're going full evil and making him like a reborn as a robot big bad.
He could be the evil control.
Stop! I never understood that plot at all. Stop bringing up Control.
It's
I don't
going
get it.
to be part of it.
I found Discovery too complicated to follow the plot after a certain point.
That's fine. They've written it in a way that it is connected in, and I'm just waiting for it to happen in a throwaway line.
You know what? If it helps explain Discovery's plot to me, then great.
It gives me two.
Because I like
Star
Discovery,
Trek
but I
characters,
admit
okay?
I get a little lost along the garden path trying to watch Discovery and keep up with it.
They're boldly going someplace you don't
They're
know.
boldly going someplace, and I am not sure where it is or why we're taking such a route to get there, or if I want to go the whole way. Maybe I'll just take a pause and come back and check out near the end.
A picnic stops along the way would be nice.
That would be
please.
nice. Yeah.
No, they did a smart
would be
reboot
nice.
to give us a little bit of taste of what Picard could be, and then I'm not happy with all of it. Stop being haters.
Listen, you know my obsessive love for Star Trek.
Oh, I
okay?
know. But I also know
But
your
I have
obsessive
no-
love to trash Star Trek.
Not trash. No. Some Enterprise, sure. But this is Picard. This is different. I want it to be amazing, and it is.
Well, then you're putting it up on this pedestal, and it's like, hey, you're gonna fall off that.
That's fine.
Sci-fi should just be sci-fi.
No, you can put some shows up on a pedestal and they stand up the whole way.
Until they go 6 feet under.
That's what. Stop it. You know me too well. That's all.
Ooh.
I was gonna say BoJack Horseman. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, okay then.
I could say that too. I was not. I was gonna say 6 feet under because I'm predictable. But BoJack is pretty much right up there.
So what
That's
is your
true.
make it so?
My make it so is actually to rewind for a moment. I oh my god, I've completely spaced on it. I actually had a full thing there. 1 second.
I'm glad we never edited
Okay.
this show.
Oh no, I'm because it's two audio streams now. I have to edit because we talk over each other more this way than we would in person.
Oh, that's
I don't
true.
know if that's true.
Shit. What the what were you just talking about? The thing that you were saying. Before control. Before.
I make it so.
Oh,
yeah, because it ties into that.
what was your make it so?
Um,
It was something about soon.
Oh yes, I
soon
got it.
Becoming
Okay.
the big bad.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. So my make it so, I think, is we're going to have a surprise reveal with the Golem, and Data's going to come back.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, and he'll come back in a kind of biomechanical body.
Like
That ages.
Oh, that'd be neat. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because right now I'm assuming a lot of those androids will not age.
Think of how much fun it would be though. Picard would be so tormented having to fight tooth and nail against basically Data's face. That would be
Right.
a great big
And-
bad for next season.
And plus, because it's supposed to look like Soong, Brent Spiner won't have to wear any makeup.
Yeah. No, that's great.
It'll just be Soong walking around, but as Data.
That's the
That
best.
make it so could actually be made so.
That's the
Right.
the most positive outcome. I'm okay with it.
Gimme. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to Please Won't You Shut Up, a Star Trek Picard podcast. Motherfucker. Okay, a Star Trek Picard podcast. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please ding the thing for more updates.
It's my bit. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/mygenderiscinema.
Whoa! Don't forget to visit HereEgo Productions on Patreon, where you'll find this and other podcasts and videos, plus much, much more. And please show your support by pledging as little as $1 a month so we can keep bringing these shows to you.
Something bonus content for Patreon subscribers. Something.
Yeah.
Always something bonus content for Patreon sponsors.
Backdoor cigarettes.
Until next time.
Front
Until
door
next time.
stories.
Oh my God.
You can do this.
Until next time. To absent friends.
Well, all of our friends are absent
I was just
because
thinking that.
we're quarantined from each other. So like it's a
We're
little too
all
close.
Thanks for rubbing it in, Mickey.
All by
So
myself. Don't wanna be.